Howdy, folks. Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Feed the Beast Stoneblock 3 server, hanging out here at my base, and I've got a little nook here for Ars Nouveau. And I'm wearing my mage robes just to, bring home the fact that, yeah, this is Ars Nouveau. Let's spin around and take a quick gander at this. Yeah, I'd made the scribes table before, and because Ars Nouveau kind of uses amethysts, I just put a few nodules around here, the clusters, that's the right word. Let's also take a look at these things. Whoops, no, come back to the inner part. The thing I was looking at, reading through here, and I figured what I really wanted was to make a spell. Now, let's see if I can figure this out here, because, again, yeah, that didn't work. Let's click here. C, that's what I did. I bound C to open up this here. So I've got my spell 1 selected, and I had researched Conjure Mage Light, or Conjure Mage Light, and so I'm going to do Projectile Mage Light. So I should be able to shoot out the Mage Light, and if I take a look at Color Picker, let's go with yellow, that's nice and bright, and that was already selected. So I should be... Hey, projectile, conjure. Okay, let's call this light. Am I clicking right here? Okay, yeah, it is there. So I'm going to create. And so now, yeah, there at the bottom left, it says light. So if I right click this now. Ooh, yes. Okay, so that works. And I can right click this to make it go away. I had multiples of these ritual braziers because I messed up. So let's see if I can light it with this. Oh, yes. That looks so much better than the fire. So yes, and this is precisely why I made the light spell. Why are you no worky? There we go. I think I was a little too close and it wanted to right click. Interesting. It's got lots and lots of colors coming off, even though the primary color is yellow. Okay, we'll go with that. So there's tons and tons, and why did I click this? I wanted to see to open up this. There's tons and tons of these forms and effects that I could do. So let's go to 2. If I wanted something where touch, hey, go away. I'm on 2, yes. I want to touch and break. And let's just call this break, not Z. So let's create that. So now if I come down here, I can go right click. And I can break stiff with a right click. And there in the bottom left corner, there's just a little bit of mana being used, and then it starts regrowing. So I don't really need a pick right now. I've got my spell book, and I could use that instead, although it doesn't have silk touch. And maybe I could research that. If I go here to documentation, oh yeah, see, I can access everything in that. I don't need this other book with me, I think. Let's toss that away. Let's see to open up that. And yes, I can access all the documentation in here. Cool. All right, so having fun with that. Over here, I decided, since I've got my Botania stuff up above, I decided I could make an Ars Nouveau building down here. And I noticed that the Vexing Archwood has the purple, which is kind of like the stone. Here, I'm going to break these. And if I put these next to each other, you can see how they're kind of close, purple, and that kind of works. Although I don't think yellow really works, but maybe as a flooring, maybe, because a lot of Ars Nouveau things have some yellow in them, some gold. So if we look at this, there's some gold and purple in this. And so that's what I was kind of thinking. I started over here doing the same thing I did with these other 2 buildings, coming out 3, doing the piece, going across 5, and I hit a builder's block hard here, going the blah, just I have to revisit this because I mentally am not prepared to do anything here. So I said, fine, let me come over here. I've got, ye oldie base. Well, because I'm silly, that's a thorn. So it's the old base. But, I always go ye oldie basey. Likewise, if I come through and, oh, hey, Who took away all my machines? Well, okay, that was me. Ye knew basically. That's what I do. Anyway, so over here we've got the Immersive Engineering base, and I was thinking, yeah, I could do that, and that's that a direction. So let's go, whoosh. And here's my Immersive Engineering area, and it's really close. If we take a look, here's this. I just dug over and excavated out this area using the builder, and I moved my tech machines. Those are the mechanism machines. I moved them over to here, and I've got a little bit of steel and aluminum, both from Immersive Engineering. I went with the sky blocks in here, not a huge number, just a small amount. It kind of it opens this place up, which is very nice. And I went ahead and kind of framed it a little bit, to weathered it just a little bit, just for fun. And it kind of worked. So Immersive Engineering stuff needs to come over here, and I need to change this from fire, which doesn't really look so good. What if I target the block? Oh, that's break. I want to arrow, 9-1 light. Okay, so because I didn't target the brazier itself, it's just sitting there. Let's target the brazier. Yes, that looks so much better. All right, we'll go with that. I really don't need that light, but anyway, so yeah, I had fun building and decorating this. Over here, knowing Immersive Engineering, you've got to have lots and lots of this industrial hemp. I went ahead and set up this little farm area, and if I break the stuff, it instantly disappears because of my collector up there. And this works. It's not super great, but it works. And I'm losing some speed because these are packed all together as opposed to row by row, which Minecraft code means it grows better if it's row by row. Hey, wrong keys. And so I said, okay, this would work better if it just automatically grows. So let's do that. Come back to the main base. Oh yeah, got my little table so that I can grow stuff over here. No, grow, gather stuff. Let's build this, the plant gatherer. And recipe's pretty simple. Make one of those, go all the way. Oh, I don't care, just go into, stop clicking things. There we go. Anyway, plant gatherer, I think it probably will need another one of these ender chests. Do I have a recipe for ender chests? I do not. I do not. Okay, well, let's make that. Drop that into the system. Because why not? So you pick up one of... no, actually, don't want gray. Let's... white. Just because... No, that's a white elevator. I don't need white elevators. There we go. White wool. Drop that in there. Yeah. White would be a better one to use. Drop down. Let's drop you into the system. Give me a few. That's a few. All right, I don't need that. This does not have VMC. Okay. I need diamonds. Grab some diamonds. And you, it's hard to see, that's got gray and that's got lime on it. So let's go there. With the key, sorry, my fingers on the right keys, it actually works much, much better. All right, let's go over. So plant gatherer. Oh, that's going to be an issue. Okay, let's get rid of this light right here and drop him there. Oh, good. It's facing the opposite direction. Show working area. It's teeny tiny. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 more. All right. Let's give it some power. Yeah. All right. I've got one of you and one of you. Drop you there. You go out. Put you there. Now you're powered. All right, so this will work. And let's put you... Will you automatically output stuff? He says, I don't know. Put you there. Now you're private. And that. Okay, so this will go straight into the cabinets, the storage drawer stuff that I've got set up. All right. And I do need a bigger piece. One thing I can do to kickstart the growth is to hold my Harvest Goddess band here. And you don't look like you're harvesting anything. Yeah, you're not really doing anything. You're kind of useless. Why you no work? Process. Yeah, there's like yeah. I don't see anything. Let's push you to the top. Yeah, you don't look like you're harvesting anything. Like my it's got a nice range for this. Let's come back this way. I could dump off stuff. Okay, let's dump all you stuff off because you've got EMC. So I've got the seeds coming in here and getting voided, and then I've got lots and lots and lots of upgrades on this one. So I get plenty and a void because always have a void. So I've got some there. Range. I do have some ranges. 4. 4 is exactly what I need. That was a loot because I never made a 4. At least I'm pretty sure I'd never made a 4. Let's put you on there. Yeah, see, you should work. Oh, I wonder if it doesn't work because it's not harvesting the base of the hemp. Well, in that case, let's break you and break you, break you, and steal you. Let's put you there. Move you off for a second. There we go. So if you go here, out, put you, the gatherer, there, that still looks like this does nothing with the industrial hemp. All right. This is useless. As near as I can tell, it's doing diddly here with the industrial hemp. Plant gatherer. This should be gathering plants. All right. You're useless. So let's go the second route. Let's grab my Harvest Goddess band. And if I have it in my inventory, I can't see anything. But I have right here a dark matter pedestal. I can put it on there. And that should have the same effect in growing stuff. Oh, here. Let me right-click this to turn it on. Why did you harvest all that? See, these are getting harvested without breaking the seeds. Okay, I don't get it. Let's go back this direction. Let's grab some seeds. See, that was 6.4. It's now 7.3, so that's better. Let's grab a stack of those. These warps, I love them. They're great. You get a little bit of the loading thing going on. And why on earth did it plant or just chop these down? Just don't get it. Yeah, I don't get why. But it looks like some of these are growing up and getting used. Okay, so this has got to be producing some tick because that thing's making all of these things grow here. I just don't know how much, so I'm going to make sure that this area is only loaded when I'm around, because that's the way it should be. But this should get me lots and lots, and you may ask, okay, why do I need lots and lots of that? Because if I look at singularities, one of these is a balloon singularity. So yeah, I need at least 1,024 balloons from Immersive Engineering. Well, those are super easy to do, but the tough fabric means I need industrial hemp around those. So that starts becoming a lot really fast. So this is the easiest way I can see to do this. I just don't know why it broke. Anyway, if we go back to the quests and look at the immersive engineering, I've made the engineer's hammer. It was the earliest way and easiest way for me to make plates, which I can now hammer using create. But I need to make a coke oven and a crude blast furnace and start getting some of the creosote so I can make some of the treated wood. And that's a classic thing. Cloak oven. I just need to sit there and make these, which I've got EMC for. Oh, hey, I can make the EMC and make the coat brick, so that's perfect. Then if we go back one here, the blast furnace. Again, this has EMC. Okay, I'm going to make these real quick, form them, stick them in here. They're 3x3x3, maybe right back here. Because there's a 3x3 and a 3x3 area. Let's look at the chunk boundaries. Yeah, that would all be within a chunk, and that would all be within a chunk. So that's what I'm gonna do. 9 hours later, and while that worked back there, not so much. There's lots and lots of gaps, and I don't know why. Sometimes it just eats the whole plant, and sometimes it didn't. So I stopped that, and I said, "You're not working. I'll have to go with another method over there." This has been working very nicely. So I have the blast furnace where you can put in iron and a single piece of coal coke, and that will give you a steel ingot. That's the Immersive Engineering steel ingot, and a slag, which evidently they've turned into the thermal, which is okay. Let's zip over here real fast. And I'll teach it that. Actually, I think, do I already have? Okay, so the mechanism steel that I've been using is the Immersive Engineering steel. So they've stabilized on that. But let's go ahead and teach it that because I don't think I will ever run this for anything whatsoever because I can make steel. I've got the EMC for it, so don't care about that. This, on the other hand, I've been running like gangbusters while I've been AFKing for this. And it's pretty simple. You know, if you've never seen this before, you fill it with coal and it will slowly turn it into coal coke, and it'll produce half a bucket of creosote with that. Now, to get the coal, I've got a roost here, single chicken, and that's feeding in super easy. And then getting stuff out, I've got the output going into my ender chest, which gets stored into my storage drawers. Now, for this, I had the jumbo tank, and I thought I would be around to catch it, but I wasn't. So I set up a second jumbo tank so I can actually catch it. Oh, 16 buckets in there. Okay. So it's running very, very nicely, but I want to use that creosote because if I'm going to make those balloons, I need treated wood. And for that, if we look at the recipe, a bucket surrounded by, I dislike all those around there. That's annoying. But a bucket surrounded by planks, 8 of them will give me 8 treated wood, and there's no EMC on that, which is a pain. However, I can use create to go ahead and fill it using this spout. So let's do that. I think that's probably the way I want to do this. Let's come over here. Now, one of the things I need is to grab this little piece of copper. Doink! Now I've got copper. And if we put you and you together, let's put you underneath. Copper, mechanical belt. Oh, dried kelp. Oh, okay. So it's not the belt. Well, I can do that. Do I have dried? I've got kelp block. Let's break that down. Stick that. Give me one. The rest can go away. So now I can make this vertical. All right. So now I've got a spout, and with that I can go ahead and start pumping the stuff through. Now, I don't think I need any of these guys here, and I probably don't need this, so we'll take them out for right now. I need the spout, and probably needs to be at least a block above, possibly. I don't think, because this, do you actually need, let's grab you. Let's hit the W on this, because I do like how this tells you how to set things up. So yeah, it looks like I do need to go ahead and, do I need that? I think that's a input here. We don't think that actually needs anything. So I'm going to put that there for fun. Let's take my tank, keep getting used to hitting W, not W, but B to open up my backpacking. So let's go ahead and export that. Yep, okay, I don't even need any pipes. So if I turn you on, and I've got a plank at, let's do this. Let's break you. Boy, that is super slow. There we go. And now I'll cough. Ahem. If I take my personal EMC link and I put it this, that was not helpful. Because I didn't want it to go away. Plank. I wanted it to actually stick around and feed out, because I think that would be way easier, because I've got these planks set up. So if I put you here, will you output? Let's turn on you. It does output. Okay, cool. But that's not actually doing anything here. So stop. Yeah, that's not working. Maybe you need to be a step lower. Let's try that and put you right. What happened to my spout? Put you there. And output. So now if you're right next to it. Yes. All right. So that's doing exactly what I wanted. Now over here, this little guy is getting me the... crunch. I like these chests, but they're really hard to break. Let's take this ender chest and put you here. And so now this will get the treated wood planks. Let's grab one of them and store that for later. Because I've got plenty here. It should go to 3. 3! All right, so that I can just run. Let's turn that on. So this is generating for me out of my EMC, which I've got plenty of, so that's not a problem. And I've got lots of the creosote, so that's not a problem. And this just keeps going in there and getting stored. Yay, so that works out very nicely. And I need a place to actually store all this, so let's go ahead and dump you in here, and you can all go in here, and you can go in here. I thought about making a dirt chest, because it has, I think, 1 inventory slot. Yes, so if I had to pipe this out into the chest to be picked up, that was my thought. But evidently I don't have to. So, yay! So this takes care of my treated wood needs, and is going to take care of that very nicely. There's been a little bit of activity while I've mostly AFK'd and let the treated wood get created, and I went ahead and did this. I said I was kind of blocked, so I just decided to kind of mirror the same structure over there as I did over here. And I had 2 stories, and I realized that was just too tall. It was getting too close to the Botania area up above. So I said, nope, forget it. We'll just stick with one story here. And definitely I'm liking the purple and gold in here. Got my scribe's table over here, and downstairs in this little area. It's a tight little area, but I've got all my source jars, and you can see they're all full. And I've been using these, the volcanic source links, and they've been working really, really well, because Asterix was giving me a little heads up. He was saying if you use the personal EMC link and you go in here and you say, blazing archwood is the best thing for these volcanic source links. Anything burnable works. And since I had these item transporters, I decided to use them. So these pedestals, the items on the pedestals just sit there. I can't collect them. It's not like a lot of the issues with the item in Botania, and I'm drawing a blank, the endoflame, you drop it burnable items, and you need something to put it back into the hopper or put it back into the collection so that you're not losing them. They don't sit and decay. These guys don't decay because they're sitting on pedestals, which is a fantastic idea. And it makes me wonder whether or not the Botania stuff would go ahead and grab these off of pedestals. I don't know. And right now I don't care because what I'm going to do, each of these guys, these volcanic source links, output to the closest of the source jars, and then to any of them within a 5-block range, which is all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this on right here, and they should start sending. Yeah, see, they're sending the stuff here real quick. This guy is really close, and so he's grabbing, and all 4 of these are shoving in source, which is pretty slick. It's 98%, and next little bit it's going to be full that fast. So I still don't have a real use for source at this point. Oh, notice how they're continuing to consume it. I believe that's kind of storing up an internal reservoir of these source links, and they've stopped. So it's obviously stored up enough, which is cool. All right, so that's what's going on here. Oh yeah, this one's keep doing its thing. Anyway, so that, because I've got the EMC, I think that's as fast as I can really do it. The growing one with the cactus, very glitchy, and so I really can't use that. I could feed food, but this is just 1 EMC each. Let me check real quick. Oh, 32 EMC. I'm getting 35,000 every second. So, the little green there in the corner. So I really don't care. Is that 35,000? I think that's 35 hundreds, thousands, millions, 35 billion EMC. So I can do 32 very, very easily. Let's take a quick gander at how my refine. Oh yeah, so 21,000. Not completely filled up because I've not actually been making more. Let's turn this back on. Work. All right, so that's taking care of that. And let's take a quick look at, I need to prep a few things because I want to make some stuff in Immersive Engineering, starting with the simple crafting table, the circuit table. I want to make a garden cloche. I think that's probably the easiest automatable way to get hemp. And I'm going to need some blueprints. I would like to make a metal press and a crusher because there's quests about them, but really thinking the metal press is what I'm going to use the most. But for that, I need to make a whole bunch of items. I've tweaked the farm here, as you can see, just a little bit, and it's going like gangbusters. So let's take a look at what I've done. For one thing, I went ahead and put some mana glass all around just to stop the... Hey, I didn't want to grab this. Just to stop these from flying too far afield so that they can be grabbed up. And the problem I was seeing earlier is that while the ring here, you can see it right there, that ring of the goddess is working really well in growing these. The problem though is if one of these grows up naturally, not accelerated by the ring, it harvests the entire plant, not just the top of it. And so eventually all this goes away. So I need some way of replanting it. And yeah, I've got a little solagnolia there to stop my magnet from picking up stuff. But if I'm just here in the corner, I'm out of the range because that's a circular area. And I'm in yeah. So anyway, let's drop that in there and stop giving those to me. Let's come down here. What I've got is, it's hard to see, well, it's impossible to see. Behind here, there is a floating hopper huck. Let me snag that. That has the, can I see it? Yeah, you can barely see it. It's got the mycelial spore was put on there to slow that down. Anyway, so put that there. That's grabbing these industrial hemp seeds because it's in the item frame. And I've got a void upgrade in here because I'm making so many of these like crazy. Using these item transponders to just feed this dropper here, which is completely full. And every 3 seconds, it ticks and spits out another seed. This is the Rhinocarpus that, because it's floating, the block below it, it will take whatever is hovering nearby and put it on that soil. In this case, it happens to be farmland, or whatever the block is, but this is farmland. And so this is replanting the hops, the crops that are being torn down by this. And it's going like gangbusters. It's working really well. I'm over 500,000, which, since I need 14 million of these hemp strings, that's not a lot. So over here, I really kicked this up into high gear because this is super slow. But I made a pyrolyzer here, and the recipe is not all that difficult. Super simple. But the trick, the reason why it's going super fast, is because I have the ×4 augment, and then I added in 3 of these link amplifiers, so it's running faster. It's as fast as I can make this go. And this, if I come over here and look, yeah, I'm actually producing creosote faster than my spout can fill it out. So this has worked out very nicely. Let's get out of here. It's noisy. Whoosh. Let's go back over here. And yeah, this is going like gangbusters. It can't keep up. When it was just the coke oven by itself, oh yeah, I could keep up very easily. Anyway, there are a few things I want to do over here, and you can see I took off my Ars Nouveau magic suit, because right now I'm not doing any of that. I've got my overalls on because we're going to do real He-Man work, industrial engineering. So what I wanted to do is come in here and make 2 of these engineered crafting tables. Ta-da! Stop that. And I need a screwdriver. And then I need this blueprint and that blueprint. And what else do I need in my immersive engineering quest? Yeah, none of those things trip anything, but I do want to make a metal press and a crusher, and eventually a garden cloche. But first, so I made that. Stop that. I want to make the engineer circuit, which I got all of these things, but I don't have this, the light engineering block. And I will need that for other stuff. Oh, I got that, and I got that. I got that solenoid, the pyrolyzer. All right. I will need to get some conveyor belts. So let's grab some of those, clear that. And we'll take 2 of those and save, and the rest we'll dump in there so it's learned. All right. So we need conveyor belts. Done. I need the light engineers block, and for that, let's see how many of these I need. I need 12 of these, which means I need to do 3 of these sets, which means I need 12 of these iron sheet metals. So it's 3 of those. I hammered out a whole bunch of these earlier. Back to here, I need to make these iron mechanical. Oh, I need 12 of these. Let's make 12 of these. I didn't check. Yeah, neither one of these have the EMC on them. Okay, that makes me feel better. At which point I should be able to make there's all my 12 of them. Kill. So that can go away. I do need to make some heavy, and I only need 1 of these, but this makes 4. So yeah, it's the way it goes. So I need 1 of you, and then back here I need 4 of you. And then I already have the electrum learned, so that gives me 4 of them. I only need 1, and again, doesn't have any EMC on that, but that's okay. That can go away. The redstone engineering block, I need to make another set of these, and that should be enough for that. And I need 2. That can go away. And then steel fences, steel scaffolding, I taught it how to make both of these recipes. Well, I made them, and because these have EMC, I taught it how to make them. So I've got all the rest of the stuff, which means all I need is this. Let's click on that. There we go. Engineer's circuit table. Snag. And let's close that away. Close. And let's wander over to the other side and set some stuff up. And why not? We'll put this here for the nonce. Okay, let's put this here. And this one does I will want some of, do I actually want this? That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong table. All right, I want this immersive table. No, that's not table. I want the blueprints. Well, those are the blueprints. All right, all right, all right. I'm looking for the table where I put the, there we go. The engineer's workbench. That's what I need. Yeah, I can make that. I don't think I have any of those, but I can make that. Well, that's for these things, which doesn't matter right now because um, I'm not making either one of those. We'll stop them in there for right now. I do want to set up the, yes, I got my engineer's manual here. I want to set up the crusher, and I also want to set up the metal press, which will make making wires and plates and rods very easily. Now I can do the plates with create, but the rods and the wires will be different. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to stop you. Yes, now I can. All right. So this, where do I want to build? Let's look at chunks because I don't want to put this on different chunks. Okay, this will work fine right here. Looking at this, it's that and the engineer and that. So let's grab you two and one of the engineers and that and engineer. Get back out of here. I need the piston and I'll just put that there for now. It's the wrong spot. Why can't I click it? That would be so handy, but no. Let's go look in here. Oh, the conveyor belts and oh, that's the light. All right, let's get, no, that's the heavy. That's the dark one and the conveyor belts. All right, let's put you that way and you that way. And then we want to put you there. And I want to rearrange, you should work to rearrange. Down. All right, so now if I use my hammer, which has 2 durability, right click the piston, it makes the form for me. Now I can on off right here with a lever. Power comes in on the top and I can feed stuff to, you know, make plates and whatnot. If I can make this plate, the wire, the rods, the plate form the press, and I need to put them there, which needs spitoo. That needs the engineer's work table, which I don't have. I'll do that later. The other thing I want to do is set up the crusher, and you know, it's a fairly large beastie. I think I'll just put it, I'll put it, you know, I don't need this thing at all. So let's put the crusher here in this spot. And so if we go back to this one, the crusher is way more, it's way more complicated because, you know, yes, it's way more complicated than the other one, which has 3, 6, 7 items. Okay, so I need that pattern. These are the lights and these are the scaffolds. Let's see if I can remember, because brain like a sieve, let me tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4. That can't be right because I'm out of them. Is it 3 across? Yeah, it's 3 across. So 3, 3, 1, 3. Why didn't you warn me and tell me I was doing it wrong? I blame you guys. All right, so then there's 2 here and then 3 here. So that's the bottom. Let's confirm. Yes, that's the bottom. Next layer. Okay, so looking at the lights, let's do those first. So there was a light here, there was a light there, and 3 more lights there. Confirm. I did it wrong. 2 of these. You don't go there, you don't go there. You go there and there. All right. And then the fence goes around this. Standing back. All right. And that's out of the way. We look at it again. Yes, that's the fence going all the way, and that says that's the one I want to smack. Okay, we need the redstone. Let's grab the redstone and the hoppers. And no, I didn't want to shift click them up into there. I'm so used to hitting B to open up that backpack to access my inventory that I'm not hitting E nearly as often. which is, you know, a problem. Let's go ahead and put you and you and you, you and you and you and you and you and you. I think that's it. Let's look at the top layer. Yeah, it's just the hoppers. Right click that. There we go. Let's turn off the chunk boundaries. So this on-off power here, output there, and I think that's the input of the power. Input of the power is over here. All right, well, let's power things up. 1, 2. Let's put that there, out. So that will power that up. This guy goes up on top, and you are out. I clicked you out. Okay. And that should power these nicely. I do need 2 levers, and I need some chests over here. Stop giving me that. I may just make a roof on top just to stop them from giving me those seeds. I want 2 levers. I need an output. Well, we can do that. I've got a chest right here. There. So there's an output. And I also need an easy way of dropping stuff in. I can throw things in, but it will definitely chew me up if I'm not careful. And I don't see anything here. So let's come over here and let's grab, say, some iron. Say if I grab a stack of iron, and I need iron dust for some reason. Spatoo! And that's noisy. I would like to make it not so noisy, but you can see it's grinding up the iron into dust, and I can process all sorts of things, cobble and gravel, and you know, all that sort of stuff can be processed in here. And if I crouch, no, I can't see anything that's pending in here, so that once it's tossed in, you can't pull it back out. That's the way it is. This is almost done. That's pretty fast. Ah, so much quieter. Why do I have an extra light engineering block? I miscounted. That's what it is. Okay. I do not need this table at all. It's useless. I do need to go ahead and make the other. Let's zip back this direction. Whoosh. That's fun. Right. I want the other table. Let's workbench. Workbench. Yes. I think I don't have I don't have any of these. So let's make some of these. Actually, don't need to make it out of the treated stick, but I've got that for EMC, so I can make those. All right, there's my workbench. I don't need that at all. You can go away. Let's put this up and show you why I wanted it. You know, I kind of think I'll put it no. No. I want to put it so it's going that way. Yes, just like that. And let's take, these are all the plate, rod, unpacking, and wire. I definitely want those. This I can use to make those mechanical components that I used for the light and heavy engineering. I can do those cheaper, but we'll put you in there. And so now if I want to make, say, the metal press mold of the rod to run over in the metal press, I need 3 steel plates and an engineer's wire cutter. And with that, I can make one of these. Actually, probably no, 3 steel plates and an engineer's wire cutter. Well, let's make one of those. Whoosh. Because I've got steel plates over here. Steel. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. Well, let's just grab a whole stack of those. Might as well make another wire cutter. Because we needed this. Any stick. Didn't it say I could use... Yeah, let's make 2 of these. Because we should be able to make... Yep, I missed it. Zip. Okay, so if we feed you in here, I can make a metal press mold for wire. Oh, and that's using up durability. Oh, very, very interesting. Didn't realize that. Let's also make a plate mold and a rod mold. Oh, I could also make gears cheaper this way. Let's make one of those too. I don't really think I need any of these others So we'll just leave those there, which means if I wanted to make, let's look at the gear. If I U on this, I can make this gear with just the 4 ingots, and I don't need that centerpiece of a nugget, iron nugget, to hold it together. Bodily machine. Huh, interesting. So I can automate these fairly easily that way, but these all have EMC. So I've been tossing them into the system and learning it so I don't have to use that. But, you know, I could make it for cheap because I can. Wire. That's one of those things where I've been having issues with. If I want to run electricity through here using the Immersive Engineering, I'll need lots and lots of wire. But, you know, at this point, I don't. Anyway, do I really need this metal press? It would be handy to have had this earlier. Likewise that. They're just fun to make. And I still need some levers here. I don't want that. I want that. There we go. Because I'm a firm believer in going ahead and being able to turn off everything. Let's put that and turn you off. Not that it's actually doing anything as near as I can see. Oh, hey, let's take an iron dust. Since I have it in my inventory, we can take one and turn it back into an ingot. Long, convoluted thing, yes, I know. But I want to... Oh, I can't do this with iron. If I toss that in, it shouldn't do anything because iron isn't used to make wire. So let's take that off. And let's grab... let's make a plate out of it. Seriously? If I use you... A single piece of iron should give me a... Oh. Yeah, let me turn this on so it'll work. And why did you become... That's interesting. It made wire because that's what was in there when I tossed it in place. But even though that was the wrong thing. So it knew what it needed to be, and I swapped that out. I've never done that before. That's interesting. Anyway, I will turn that off because I don't need this running. I just expected the belts to stop, but I think that's just a visual animation, not actually anything else. All right. Stop. That is so noisy. Okay, I need to stay far away or turn that off. Do you have EMC? You don't. Of course you don't. Oh, but you do. We'll learn. Ha! No, you don't. I did need to come back out here because I'm using the other. This is the one from the big 3x3x3 coke oven, and I've made 11, almost 12,000 of those cokes, and I've got 18,000 from the thermal, which is much faster. So, oh, we're almost to the first million. Only 13 million more to go. That's going to take a while. Anyway, I've got some immersive engineering stuff done. I've got the hemp and the treated wood process going like gangbusters because there's a lot to make for that stupid balloon singularity, and I might as well use the AFK time to make it. So, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. Singularities, I go, you know, I'd rather do something else than just craft up singularities, but it's what's in the pack. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here at my base, getting a little Ars Nouveau going and some immersive engineering, a little bit of magic, a little bit of tech. I like it. And I don't need this wire or that wire. But my magnet will pull them back again in a few seconds. Anyway, I've been playing here on the FTOG Feed the Beast Stoneblock 3 server, having too much fun. And I'm just enjoying it, and you can play on the server too. And I'm inviting you, just not the wires. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.